Hey everyone, it's Paul here again from the Bloodied Hex. Today I'll be explaining a Titan, Menoethius, for the board game Hoplomachus. This is Menoetius' card, and up here you can see the Titan name. This is Menoethius' health. Here's Menoethius here. We've seen him on the Titan hex here. This is the map, the Colosseum. So here's Menoethius. So he's got 5 health, he's got an attack range of 1 to 3, and his Titan dice, he rolls a black, a green, 2 blue, and a yellow. So we'll move on to the Titan details now. Now in this box, it's got Menoethius cannot be damaged by basic attacks unless stunned. So probably a good idea to be bring out a unit with the ability stun, and then maybe hit him with a couple of attackers with their basic attack. Another one that comes to mind is a unit with True Strike. With True Strike, you can change your basic attacks to alternative attacks. So we'll move on. Stunning Menoethius lasts until the start of his turn. Menoethius is never stunned on his own turn. So we've come in, we've stunned him with the unit. I'll just grab another unit. Got the unit here. Just say he's over there. So this unit here, he's stunned him, and then they've done their attacks on him. Well, as soon as it's Menoethius' turn, we flip him back over, and he loses the stun. That's what that's explaining. Now the next one, all damage to any pillars instantly accumulated by Menoethius. Stun still counts as crowd favour. Menoethius cannot be defeated or lose his last health unless 3 shards are active. 3 shards are active. So what this is explaining, so say we've got this guy over here, he's hit this pillar. So as soon as you take off the health off a pillar, it goes straight to the Titan. So that's what that's explaining there. Now, also, what it says there is when you hit one of the pillars, you gain a crowd favour, which is up here. Remember to count those as well. So they still count towards any pillars you hit. Still counts towards your crowd favour. And then now Menoethius cannot be beaten until you have 3 shards active. So just remember that you can't just have 2 shards or 1 shard. You must have at least 3 shards active to beat him. Now, move on. Menoethius chooses 1 champion to pursue until defeated. Roll to assign this at the start of the game. So this is explaining that if you're playing a co-op game, you can have 2 champions out. So you just roll a normal dice, and just say odds, it'd be this guy, evens, it'd be the other one. That's how that one's explained. So we'll move on to the Titan shards. It says, basic attacks become alt attacks for any unit holding a shard and grants the holder +1 movement range. So to show this again, I'll just bring this unit back out. So say he's knocked down all these, he's put the last hit on this, so they'd go to Menoethius. So he's actually holding the shard now. So he gets +1 movement, so he's got a movement speed of 2. So because he's got a shard, he can move 3 spots. So he can go 1, 2, 3. So actually, so it's just him here. So just say 1, 2, 3 for that reason. I just want to show because you can't attack when you're on these squares here. So just say, or just put him here. Now he's holding a shard. His basic attack can be used against Menoethius now because it turns it into an alt attack. So the good plan is to get the shards as quick as you can. Okay, we'll just set this back up. Put 4 shards back, put him back to the middle. So that's how the Titan shards work. So we'll go over to pillar setup. So place 4 health on each pedestal hex. So we've got 4 health on each. Then place an inactive shard, which inactive just means the black and white side, inactive shard on top. The Titan shard immediately activates when the pillar is damaged. Once a pillar's health is gone, the shard is placed under the unit that did the final damage to the pillar. If that unit dies, the shard is left on the hex, inactive, until another friendly unit ends its movement on top of the shard, which is immediately picked up and it activates. So this is saying that if this guy's here, and we'll just activate our champion just for the sake of this explanation. If this guy here, he does, let's say, 3 damage, or let's say he does 2 damage, because that's the maximum he can do with his attacks there. So he does 2 damage. They'd go over to Menoethius. And then the champion comes in, he's rolled, he does the last 2 damage, the token goes to the champion. So it's whoever puts the last hits on the pillar gets the actual shard. Another thing is, if this guy's got the shard here, and Menoetius kills him, the shard goes from active to inactive until someone moves over on top of it, and then they pick it up automatically. That's how the shards work for this one. So we'll turn over now. Turn the card over, and we'll start to explain this side of the card. So at the top of the card again, you've got the Titan's name, you've got his attack range, his health, his difficulty level. His difficulty level is 1 star, so that's saying that he's relatively easy to beat. And then his dice he rolls. So we'll move on. So say he's rolled 1 black. So we'll go into the movement box. Roll a d6. So we'll roll a d6. So we've got 3. So if you roll 1 to 3, you move 1 hex towards the closest active shard. So at the moment, we've got no active shards. So we'll put the champion back. Turn him inactive. So we've got no active shards yet. So you go to the next one, which is to the champion. So he just moves 1 to the champion. So if we'd rolled a 4, it says move to 2 towards the closest active shard, or 2 to the champion. So we were here, and we go 1, 2. Now, if we'd rolled a 5, so we'll go to the 5 now. It says move 3 towards the closest active shard or the champion. So because the champion's only 2 away, you just move 2. You don't have to move the extra 3. Now, 6. So we've rolled a 6. It says move directly towards the closest active shard and the champion. Now this is different. Just say Menoethius was over here, right over here. There's no active shards, but because we've rolled a 6, he gets to move all the way to the closest champion. So he just goes straight across the board, and he becomes adjacent to the champion. You get to choose where he moves, but it has to be the closest. You don't get to choose where, but if they're even, if this is the even amount to this hex and this hex, then you get to choose which hex to put it on. Okay, so that's if you roll the single black dice and a miss on the green. Now, if you roll a black and a green, both hits, it reads, aggressive move. Perform move twice. Then, if Menoethius is within 2 hexes of the pillar, that pillar gains 2 health and is set to inactive. So how we do this is, so we've got that, we've set it here. Let's say for the purpose of this demonstration, this guy's down here, and let's go, down this side, and he's already done 1 hit of damage on this pillar, so it's active. So we'll roll the dice. So we've got to perform move twice. So 5, probably not the best roll to start off with, he gets to move 3. Now, because there is an active shard now, he moves towards the shard, not the champion. So he goes 1, 2, we'll put him on this side, 3. Now we don't, it says do move twice. We can roll it again. It doesn't matter what we get because he's right beside the shard anyway. So now, so we've done the move twice. He just had to move 1 more, but he's already there. So now we've done that. We've done move twice. Now, if he's within 2 hexes of the pillar, which he is, he's right beside the pillar, the pillar gains 2 health, and it gets set to inactive. So we've got to get 2 more chips, put it on the pillar, and set it to inactive. Now, you've got to keep, even though the pillar started at 4 chips, you can keep going up for as much as this, as high as it wants. You can pass the starting health. So now this pillar's actually got 5 chips on it now, and now it's been set to inactive. So that's if you roll a green and a black dice. Now let's move on to his specials. So we've got 1 blue dice. If he rolls 1, perform shard shock. All active shards do 1 damage to all adjacent units. So let's move him back to here. We'll take that one away now. Let's just say this unit here, again, let's put one damage already on the pillar. So we've rolled a blue dice. So because he's adjacent and the pillar's active, he loses 1 health. Now it doesn't go to Menoethius. It goes out. So that's to remember, only when you hit the pillars, that's when the health goes to Menoethius. So this health, you lose it and it goes over here. Okay, so that's shard shock. So if you roll 2 blue dice, shard slam. Perform shard shock. Also, all units holding a shard are stunned and take 1 damage. So let's just grab another unit here. So let's say we've got one over here. And he's taken out this whole thing, so he's holding a shard now. All those would go to there. Now, so we've rolled 2 blue dice. So we've got the first thing it says is perform shard shock. So even though this guy's holding the thing, he doesn't cop damage because he's not adjacent to it and no one's adjacent to him. But this guy, he's standing next to an active shard, so he loses a health. So that health goes off now. Now, to do the second part, it says also all units holding a shard are stunned and take 1 damage. So this guy's holding a shard, so he takes 1 damage and he gets stunned. So we flip his card. So that explains shard slam. Alright, so now we'll go on to his attacks. Okay, so if he rolls 1 yellow dice, he performs a basic attack. So it says, roll a d6, roll a d6. So we roll the d6, we've got a 5. And then it says, attacks shard unit, and then weakest unit. So a 1 to 3 is a melee attack. So to perform a melee attack, he's got to be in range 1. We'll put the unit here. He's got to be within this one range. Now, if I've rolled a 4 to a 5, it's a 2 range attack. So he could actually be out here. So 1, 2, within range. Now, and if I'd rolled a 6, it's a 3 range attack. And plus, against 3 separate units. If any unit takes 2 or more damage, then that unit is stunned. So to show this, we could have a unit here. We could bring this guy up. We'll get some health for him. We could bring him here. And we could bring in another unit over here and put him here. Now, let's say we've rolled a 6. And then I'll grab some more dice. So for Menoetius' basic attack dice, it's a yellow, 2 blues and a green. So we've rolled a 6. So any units that are in that 3 range, so 1, 2, so he's in the range, 1, 2, he's in the range, and 1, 2, 3, he's also in the range, will all take against 3 separate units. So they all take damage. Now if anyone takes 2 or more damage, then that unit's stunned. Now how you do this is you pick a unit, so I'm going to say this unit first, and I'm going to roll the dice. So that unit has now got 2 health, lost 2 health, that was 2 hits, and he's stunned. So that's how that works. Now I'll pick this unit here. He's already stunned anyway, so we'll just roll 3 hits. So he loses 3 hits. That was just, let's say he was unstunned, but that was from the last time I showed you. Now he goes to stunned because he copped 3 hits. Now we'll pick this unit here, and he cops 3 hits. So he actually dies. So you really don't want to roll when you've got a basic attack. You don't want to see that 6 come up because, as you can see, it can do a fair bit of damage. Okay, let's go on. Now let's just say we've rolled 2 yellow dice as well, and that reads double strike. Perform basic attack twice. So once again, like you've just seen, you can roll the dice. Let's just say this time he rolled a 1. Okay, these units are active. Let's just say that. We'll get some health back for them. So this guy's got 3. That guy over there had 4. Okay, so he rolls a 1. So we've rolled 2 yellow, so we've got to do basic attack twice. He's rolled a 1. So anyone within that 1 range, he attacks with his dice here. Well, no one's there. So lucky for us, he misses everyone. So, but then we've got to do it twice, and let's just say we've rolled a 4. Okay, so he's within range now. He's within because a 4 to a 5 is 2 hexes away. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Now, this is an important thing. So you don't actually get to choose because you've got to read up here his basic attack. It goes to the shard unit, then the weakest unit. So where this guy, he's holding the shard, so we have to attack him. So we roll the dice and 2 hits. So 2 hits, he gets done. Now we don't stun him. We only stun him when we're doing the 6. If we'd rolled a 6 on just the 1 to 3, the melee attack, and the 4 to 5, the range attack, they don't get stunned. It's only when you roll a 6 and it's at 3 range, you perform the unit takes 2 or more damage, then it gets stunned. So that's the Titan Menoethius. He's classed as an easy Titan, but he can fight back. Like once you start building up, he sort of starts with low health. Like he only starts with 5, but once you start taking the shards, he can end up about this, like with about 15 or 16 health. If you don't watch him, he gets out of control. You've sort of always got to put those attacks on him. So I hope that explains it for everyone. Please check out Hoplomachus. It's a great game, solo, co-op, or player versus player. I'll put a link in the description below to the Chip Theory website where you can purchase the game. And thanks for watching.